All right. When does this pop up? Why is it not working? Okay. Why are you being stupid? All right, there we go. All right, let's start this now. How do I post this again? Okay. All right. Probably just make this quick. Don't really need to explain too much, but anyways, we are running off of the weekly breakdown. Obviously, we failed above the 3-month composite high. Mean reverted last week at the low. Had to change the shift higher. Obviously, couldn't do that. What's up, Deems? Had a chance to shift higher, like I said. Failed. So we're really bearish against every, all of the references. So the most recent composite, which would be the breakdown from here, breaking down from the 3-month, breaking down from the now 10-week. Essentially, we had a passive bid step in here and defended the lows on Bitcoin. So that's kind of why we've shifted back inside of value. Looked like it was going to break down to me, so I did short it and then close that. But I mean, pretty clearly we've shifted back inside here. I was asleep when this happened here. I think it's possible we can still get in this trade to play the rotation. I mean, it didn't quite. Previous month val, previous month VWAP, previous month value area high. Okay. So there's some overlap there as well. Weekly val. Yeah. I mean, it's possible it becomes rotational inside of this value here, but I think the smart play is potential we come down to this kind of order block here and then play the traversal. If we get that, I mean, that was a good interaction there to get long, but I was asleep, so I didn't take that. And you've got above the POC here, filled this imbalance out. Previous week val rejected that. I still think that given acceptance here, I still think that's the right move to take. So I think if we come back down here, I'd play a long and then play the traversal. So the thing is, I mean, we basically tagged the 3-month val, I would say. I mean, if I change the row size on this, does it make a difference? Not really. I mean, nonetheless, it did tag the 10-week, right? So even with that being said, right, it's above the POC. It's kind of chopping, but I mean, it's kind of flipped the POC, I would say. So I wouldn't say it's really chopping around the POC at the moment. So I would expect at least the traversal of the 10-week. And I mean, I would say it's basically tagged this level. I mean, sure, it missed it, but I mean, $200. I mean, I would say it's tagged the val. So that being said, if we get a pullback towards a weekly val, previous quarter val, this kind of order block, whatever, we'll probably bid, and it'd probably be a really easy invalidation because this imbalance is filled here. Good excess on this wick. It probably would not go any lower than that. I don't think you'd even need to run a stop bigger than that. And I would try and play it up to 94, the 3-month high. So, I mean, of course, it's 24R, but that is how I would see this. Of course, I faded my weekly prep. It did take this, but things change, and I thought we were going to break down there. So with that, I mean, there's a lot of continuations to play as well. I mean, if we reject it here, then, we're going to be rotational within here, and that doesn't look overly bullish. Now, like I said, given that we have traversed, 3 months of value and 10 weeks of value, you would expect the traversal now. You wouldn't expect it to become rotational in a smaller composite like this. So if it did, then that would be a sign of weakness, but I don't think that'll happen. Same thing, I'd play a return here to go long. My first target is 90K. What's up, Hayden? What am I doing here? Yeah, my first target's 90K. What else is there at this point? POC Golden Pocket, 786. So once you kind of get into this area here, I wanted to short this yesterday once, when we were still rotational here at this point to then play down, but it didn't come back. So I would play the return there. Maybe a breakout here, potentially. And then I think I'd be flat at that point. So I'm hoping, the first two I absolutely like the potential on those. This one is a little bit thinner. There's not as much balance to work with. So usually when you're looking at acceptance into value, this is a visible range profile. So you can see where all of the balance actually is. It's just these high volume nodes. So like this node here is this, obviously. So it's harder to play an idea on acceptance when there's not really much value built out there. Just that older 5-day. Okay. Yeah, okay. I think I can do that. So, I'll try and play this one as well, if it sets up nicely. And then, like I mentioned before, upside targets, this would be the best one, I would say. The 6-day value area high. Is it 6 or 5? I don't know. I thought it was 5. Let me just see. I don't really want to merge this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm not going to merge this one. Okay, yeah. And then from there, like I said, I think the next logical target, possible that we find resistance here, the 10-week and 90-day rolling VWAP, monthly VWAP, that kind of thing. But I would expect the full move to here. Monthly value area high, 3-month high, 5-day low, and I think it's maybe not. There's a massive imbalance here, but I think it's possible it could deviate and then tag the POC, and then from there, we either break down again, and we kind of get back inside of the 3-month, and it holds as resistance once it kind of gets back inside, or if it spends time and space in here and starts to look constructed for the upside, then I would probably expect a break. So, and I mentioned in my weekly plan I wanted to look at playing a sweep of what we did down here, but this really wasn't a sweep. Just something I want to touch on quickly. Yeah, it swept the lows, but when you see a sweep of something as significant as this, or what you would see as a significant level, right? When you have multiple stack lows overlapping composite levels, usually you want to see something like that. Of course, never mind. Let me zoom in. I'm on the too low of a time frame, or too high of a time frame. You don't want to see this when you see a sweep. You want to see good excess. You want to see aggression. You want to see like a fast V-shaped reversal. So this isn't a sweep. This was a complete breakdown, and then a passive bid stepped in and defended the level. That's all this was. So this was not a sweep. Could you have bid here? Yes. Would I have bid here? Absolutely not. This was solely saved because, a passive bidder stepped in here and just pushed up, trying to save BTC from imminent collapse at that point. So that would have been the trade to take. I think it's very possible that we do come back to this kind of like doji or hammer candle, whatever you call this, order block, previous quarter val. So really anywhere here. What else is there? I don't think anything else is worth looking at. I wouldn't have bid any of this shit. Solana, rejecting this. So this is Sol BTC chart. Yeah, no, I wouldn't even touch Solana right now. Or Ethereum, I don't think. ETH looks maybe a bit better. Could shift back inside, maybe. Solana doesn't look like it's doing too well. Maybe if he shifts back inside, but this chart again, actually. Maybe not. I think I'm going to focus on Bitcoin right now. Look at GJ. Yeah, I haven't charted that in a while. Is it just going? Oh, it's going down now. SFP'd that. Yeah, I'll look at GJ, sure. I think the last time I charted it was this pullback. I think it was a POC. Cleaned up these lows. I mean, looking at this right now, if you got a reclaim of here, I would look to play that long for sure. Fart coin to the moon. Fart coin looks awful, I think. I'll have to look. Give me a second. I think this is a multi-week. Yeah, so let's merge these. Yeah, so 3-week. Where's the val? I can't even see it. Is that what it is, really? Okay, they're pretty close. Okay. And then we got 2 months, sorry, 2 weeks here. What did I just click? And 2 weeks. 3 weeks. Let me just look at a daily here really quickly. Probably nothing worth noting. And POC. Again, similar. I mean, kind of similar to Bitcoin, really. Hasn't really reclaimed yet. Weekly val, weekly VWAP, previous month value high. All right, at what point did it sweep these is the question. Swept. It's kind of retested there already. I mean, it's hit a pretty major area you'd expect it to kind of rebound from. I mean, the question is, the condition would definitely be bearish right now, but the question is, does it retest this and then fall off? Or after sweeping here, which it's not. I mean, it's swept there, good excess there. You would have wanted to see a reclaim there, to be honest, but. Or, I mean, that would have been your retest to short or, probably reclaim there. But, from there, it failed and tried to break down again. And then she SFP'd this wick, which is kind of fucking wonky, to be honest. Shifted back inside a weekly value. I mean, a smart long to take for sure is like some time and space in here. I would definitely play that. So if you could shift back inside of the composite, that's a really obvious long to take. Weekly val. Everything else is lower, isn't it? Yeah. Monthly. Yeah, so I mean, it's either going to break down here, which I mean, it retested and then SFP'd, so it's really just you're playing both sides. There's your rejection and there's the sweep of the sweep of the sweep, I guess you could say. So question is, does it shift back inside or does it break down? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, if we shift back inside, I would long that, and then the obvious target would be the 3-week high. From there, same thing. I would be trying to play another shift. First target, monthly VWAP in this gap, probably. Next target would be the highs up here. Let me look at the. Where's this chart? This one. This is the yen chart basically, which I haven't charted in a long time. But same as like USDT dominance, kind of. I like how it's opposite Bitcoin. I mean, let me get half-ash chart it. But I mean, it's clearly rejected there. It's got so much to fill. This certainly looks like it's going to go down. So, in turn, GJ would go up. And these are, the correlation between the yen chart and GJ or UJ, for example, is really good. Like on a candle by candle basis, it's even pretty useful. I mean, I would definitely mark that off. Something to note for GJ. Is that weekly open? Now, yearly opens there. Okay, so I'd watch this kind of overlap too. Yeah, I mean, I would play the shift back in value more than likely. That's how I would play GJ. Whether you actually get all of these moves, I don't know. This one seems likely, though. So that has you about 0.6%, give or take. Oz, what's up, dog? So yeah, what I was doing there was essentially, I mean, if you measure, it can deviate a little bit, so it's not perfect by any means, but it is useful for marking areas. You measure down, that's about 0.6%, right, from current price on the yen chart. So that puts you to weekly open, a yearly open rather, if you want to go to this gap, it's about 0.8. Measure on GJ, 0.6 again would put you to weekly open and this kind of composite low. So, I mean, that would make sense. That's going to be resistance for you. And then, I mean, if you shift back inside from there, what's the next one? 0.8, I think it said. So 0.8, yeah, so it's the same distance to the gap. Future reversed value, you got 1.4. That'll put you probably down here, I'm going to guess. Yeah, about to there. So this is pretty useful if you trade Japanese pairs. But I mean, yeah, I would probably be expecting the acceptance here, and I would long it. So first target would be here, and then maybe wait. And if it gets another shift back inside here, you could play that long. If you get something like this and it fails and shifts back this way, you could short it there. That's probably how I'd play that, I think. Anybody want me to go over any other pairs? Fucking snowstorm here. Just Bitcoin, yeah. So I think, yeah, anywhere there. And then once we reach about 90K, yeah, no worries. I'd say once you reach about 90K, I'd say really anywhere. Where's my tool? Anywhere like right here is when I would potentially expect a reaction. Can we all remove hype from the watch list? Yeah. 90, yeah. Yeah, what's hype doing? Probably nothing. Yeah. ES, NQ, yeah, I can do that. I do chart NQ actually on a more macro kind of time frame. Where did we short hype? Oh, right here. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what you'd want to see. Like, super tight stops, expect that. And then, yeah, so what happened with Bitcoin is a passive bid stepped in, like a passive buyer stepped in, which you can see on certain platforms. And that's one of those things that happens real time. It's not like I saw that happening. And that's why this didn't play. But that's exactly the kind of trade you'd want to take is this. Exactly what you'd want to see to play this move. So nothing wrong that we did by any means there. Yeah, where the hell's I charted this on Friday, actually. It played out pretty well. Long here, short here. I mean, I didn't take it because I don't really trade it. I mean, I could just on my personal like CFD account, but I mean, as for right now, on NAS, it's just rotational in here. Rotational in this multi-month composite now. VWAPs, I wouldn't even watch these right now. Monthly value, I mean, those are useful. Just did exactly what I thought it would there. When VWAPs are like cluttered like this and you're in the middle of a balance area, they're pretty much useless. Unless they're at the extremities. I mean, if you have like value like this and you have VWAP levels here, right, then those are obviously useful for playing the moves here. But I mean, if price is like somewhere in here and you have like, well, I guess VWAP levels here even, then those are pretty much useless for you. So you wouldn't really care. But rotational in here. Go to a lower time frame. Let me pull TPO up. Is it daily? Yeah, there's this one. Val. I mean, we're rotational right now until we do anything. That would have been your long there, I would say. Shorts. Maybe even right here. At the top, I mean, I wouldn't take it now, but... And then again, rotational in this multi-month composite, so... Yeah, I wouldn't even do anything with it right now. Anything else worth playing here? No, that's been tagged. Excess on that. I mean, maybe a rotation back to this candle, but not really any reason to take that, I don't think. Where's the open at? Oh, yeah, we got that whack-ass open. Good acceptance there. I think that would have been your long. Whoops. Yeah, that would have been your long there at the low. Right here. Besides that, But again, still just rotational. Like there's, I don't know what else you could play. I don't know why. Why do I have 3 boxes here? Oh, this one. Guess I can merge that too. Again, this chart looks like shit because I don't actually trade this, but I mean, I can still see what's going on. Yeah, rotational in whatever this is. Rotational in this one. And rotational in this. So, not overly interesting, I wouldn't say. Is there anything else worth playing up here? Not really. Maybe a sweep. Whoops. Maybe a sweep here. If you got that. That's about the only thing I can even see right now. Besides that, I wouldn't even touch it. Again, you're on a lower time frame than me, so this may not even matter. But yeah, I got you. Yeah, I wouldn't even bother. What's gold doing? Just gold shit. Okay. Streak value area high. This can fuck off. I mean, I'm kind of inclined to maybe bid here, but like, this is a shit show. I don't even know what to do with this. POC there. Like maybe. Got like a golden pocket here or something. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not very inclined to trade gold right now. Maybe there. That's about all I would say. Potentially. Something like that. Up to the swing. That's about all I can give on gold. So I'll probably wrap it up. And I'll send a chart and hopefully can actually get fucking positioned on Bitcoin properly. I think I can. I think we should get these shifts above. I'm pretty sure. Alright, I'll wrap it up. See you guys in the Discord. I'm gonna go shovel my driveway. Fucking snowstorm.